Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well this morning. I think I'm pretty well on time this morning, but how about a word from our
Black History Month you find
ridiculous.
why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? Well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
No.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman.
Black History Month
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Not next Monday, but the Monday after. Gonna go get a facial.
Which month is White History?
Good morning. You weren't expecting that, were you? Good morning. Hey, Rabbit. Good to see you. Wonderful morning. Hey, let's go, Brandon. Good to see you. Farrell, go to sleep. She will.
Listen, B.
Don't make her come over there. Hey, Flatty. Good to see you this morning. It's wonderful. Sean Bird. Yo, Sean Bird. Good to see you. Oh, man. Farrell is hosting. No. Hey, Tony.
Be a pain in the butt today, huh?
Yes. I do have to reach out to Tony. I need to get a couple of items for a couple of rifles that I own. Well, one of them I don't own anymore, but you would be the person to get in touch with that you might be able to help me out with something. So I need to reach out to Tony. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. Damn it. Fast group. Good to see you, brother. I just need to reach out and get that set up. Call Tony. Damn it. I'll put a big exclamation marks there so I don't forget.
Does the damn it help you remember?
Yes, it does. It really does.
Good morning, Wolfie.
Hey, Wolfie. Good to see you. Yes. Aaron, Olivia, my notifications woke me up at 3:30. Don't know how long I will last. Good morning. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Get as much rest as you need. I mean, we've got all the fine folks in here that will keep us from, falling too far from the bandwagon. And this is something that I never really put into consideration. Sometimes, a visual really will help people out because I just really think that it does. So here we go. Just so you can understand what $1 trillion looks like. There you go. 1 million. 10 million.
That's just a briefcase.
100 million. Just to give you an idea how big a briefcase is.
I get it.
Million. Man standing up. 1 billion. Just you starting to get a grasp of 10 billion. 100 billion. $1 trillion.
Wow. That's
So
pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, once you sort of put that into perspective, how much money that is that in 100s? Yes, that is 100s. That's exactly what it is.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, it is. Now you understand why a trillionaire doesn't carry his money around in his back pocket.
There she is. Good morning, Eris.
Yeah, she's here. And Rabbit says she will be back. Excellent. Excellent.
It's chore time.
Well, I did find some pretty cool, pretty interesting stories. I don't know if they were cool, but some of them were interesting. So if you're in Los Angeles, just keep this in mind. It is it's a pretty interesting story. Yeah. So, rare high risk for flooding, a rare level of 404 risk of excessive rainfall was expanded to Sunday to include Los Angeles, in addition to Santa Barbara, Oxnard, and Southern California, where Weather Prediction Center warning of life-threatening flash flood and urban flash flooding. I love that, urban flash flooding. Just like, what the hell? Good morning, Sean Bird. Rainfall rates at up to an inch per hour bring 3 to 6 inches of rain across the area. More widespread level 3 exists for much of coastal California, including San Francisco. A month's worth of rain possible in Los Angeles. Some residents told to evacuate. I wonder if it's residents or if it is urban campers. Big difference. Because urban campers, I don't know. Are they really residents? First ever hurricane force wind warning. That's weird. In San Francisco, hurricane force winds. Near impossible to travel in the mountains. Power outages growing. Rain and wind causing flight delays. Sporting events affected. Both NASCAR and PGA canceled events scheduled in California over the weekend due to severe weather. And then NASCAR moved Busch Light Clash at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. God, that would suck. From Sunday night to Saturday night in PGA. Wow. You know, I thought about this whenever I was in Rome, looking at the Colosseum. You know, the Colosseum was built over thousands of years. It wasn't just overnight that it was erected. And it became this place where everybody would go to see, you know, events. These major events would be happening at these Colosseums. And then after a while, like the Colosseums, nobody went and visited them anymore. And they just went into disrepair. And it wasn't because, you know, there was any sort of major shift. It was just over time, people just grew bored of the way that the events were to distract from things that were happening in the world. And that's how I see a lot of these sports centers and arenas and crap like that. At some point in time, they'll just fade into the past. They'll end up, you know, tearing them down because nobody cares. The distraction is, you know, it becomes just a money grabbing situation where, you know, people are just like, we don't care anymore. I mean, it's a rigged game anyway. Well, right. I mean, let's put this into perspective. Who do you think is going to be the Super Bowl champs this year?
Taylor Swift's boyfriend's team.
Yeah, I think. I mean, you know, sorry to break it to you, whoever the other fans are for the other team. There you go. You know, it's the same way that a while back, I think it was the New England Patriots won. What major event was going on about that time? We were coming out of another, you know, world policing war, and trying to make everybody feel good. And why not have the Patriots? Yes, so we can sound all patriotic. I don't know. I think a little bit of it's rigged. Right. Could be wrong, but I mean, you won't know until afterwards. But
well, it's no different than wrestling and everything else. They're an entertainment organization.
Exactly. It gives everybody a feel good. And of course, you know, I'm sure she will be picking someone's side in politics and bring all of her
Always.
fan.
She's a biting girl.
Mm-hmm. She'll probably even show up and do little dances for him and all that kind of stuff.
She's a biting girl. She likes the jabby jab. She's everything they want.
Exactly. And she'll bring her thousands, hundreds of thousands of fans or millions of fans or whatever to
and I don't even hate her. Like,
no,
I enjoy her music. So,
I honestly don't listen to her music, so I couldn't tell you. I think I maybe have heard some stuff by her, but that's just
probably
not one of those where I'm like, ooh, awesome. Like I think I've heard songs by Lady Gaga, stuff like that. But I don't go out seeking these songs. Just okay.
Right. That's it. Like, I enjoy her style of music, so I listen to her.
There you go.
I could give a rip less about her politics or anything else. So,
well, that's sort of how I felt about REM. It's like I enjoy some of their music, but her politics, I just could care less. You're sick, Farrell. Hey, good morning, T-Rex. Good morning, T-Rex. As long as it's
shake it off, Brandon. Shake it off.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my gosh. Oh, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. But all things in the world are not entirely bad because, of course, Russian cosmonaut Oleg Konenko set a new record for the most time spent in space by a human, logging in more than 878 days at the International Space Station. Dude, do you know what that does to your body? Man. Yeah, I cannot imagine.
I know. Can you the solitary confinement of it all? Dude.
Well, it's not just the solitary confinement, but what it does to the body physically, because being in zero gravity causes certain things to break down. You're just not getting there's a reason why we are able to move. He's going to have to do some working out whenever he gets back. He'll be doing lots of leg days. It was previously set by Gennady Paldok during his 5 space missions till 2017. Proud of all my achievements, but I'm most proud of the record for the total duration of human stay in space is still held by Russian cosmonaut. I am proud of achievement, but I'm most proud of the record for total duration of human stay in space held by Russian cosmonaut. I fly into space to do my favorite thing. No records. I dreamt of inspiring to become a cosmonaut since I was a child. That interest motivates me. Keep flying. The Russian cosmonauts scheduled to spend time on ISS till late September, which would take his total time to 1,101 days. Sorry. That would make him the first person to clock 1,000 days in space on June 5th, 2024. Mr. Konenko started his space career at Central Design Bureau in Samara as an engineer. So he started out as an engineer, and then they just flung his ass into space. Man, if we could only do that with our politicians.
I had an echo. It was because I had the stream running on YouTube.
Oh, you were getting an echo?
Yeah, I'm brilliant, I tell you. It's a Monday.
Yeah, it is a Monday. Oh, and that's probably why, people are hanging back. I think it's impossible for her to get there from Tokyo before the end of the game. So if it runs longer, she magically commandeers a Concorde then.
Her girl will be there, B. Don't worry.
Yeah, she'll show. The Russian cosmonaut said he could keep in touch with his family thanks to video calls and messaging, but it was on coming back that he realized how much of life he missed out on. No shit, buddy. It's only upon returning home that realization comes that for hundreds of days in absence, children growing up, no father. No one will return to me this time. His current trip began on 15th of September, 2023. Jeez Louise. The ISS is one of the few areas over which Russia is still cooperating with the U.S. after Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. it wasn't Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. It was Russia, not just Moscow. Don't you understand? No. Oh, let's see. Whose stream was it that Rackets went on after the other morning? Yeah, who was that? I don't know.
He wanted something clipped, but I didn't remember whose stream it was from.
Not something clipped. Okay. That's weird.
So if he tells me, I can go do that for him.
Yeah. Yeah, let me know. Let's see. And I read about this, of course, yesterday. Of course, we got to do the politician stuff here, because that's what we do. In case you didn't know about this, I'm sure there's quite a few people that do know about it, because I spoke of it last night. Right here. The bipartisan Senate package to aid Ukraine and secure the U.S. border. Senators have come out with a carefully negotiated, and if you read this is not carefully negotiated, because a majority of that 118 billion is going to be going to Ukraine. All right, and the way if you read all of what they're suggesting, it's 60 billion to Ukraine, another 10 billion to Ukraine, and another 2.33 billion to Ukraine, and it's all for humanitarian aid or some other bullshit. So this is the way that they're having
all
it worded
the
in there.
Fantastic talking points.
Oh, exactly. And we have to have humanitarian aid. Let's put it this way.
Right. Where's your humanity?
Yeah. Where is humanity? It's worded so oddly. Senators have come out with carefully negotiate 18 billion. Sorry. Let's take that back a step there. Compromise that pairs tens of billions of dollars in wartime aid for Ukraine with new border laws. All right. Tens of billions of dollars in wartime aid for Ukraine with new border laws aimed at shrinking the historic number of people who can come across the border with Mexico to seek asylum. That doesn't stop anything.
No.
That does not stop a damn thing. All that they're talking about doing is lifting this asylum excuse. So basically, you come across the border, you can't scream asylum, they'll deport you, is what they're saying. But the president that's on his discretion. So say he gets this thing signed, he says, okay, way to go. We've got this signed. We got Ukraine. We're sending close to $75 billion, almost $100 billion to Ukraine. It's closer to 100 billion than it is not. We're sending 20 billion to help out the border. We're sending 15 billion to go to Israel. Do you see a big shift in the amount of money that you're sending to do certain things? So you're working on Ukraine to help them out in a fucking war, as compared to securing our own borders. That's right there. You're sending it all the way across the country, or across the world, to Europe.
With theirs.
Ukraine, here's another 300 billion to pay the pensions of your government employees. Yes, we pay them. East Palestine, don't drink the water. Yeah.
And to launder and send right back.
Exactly. 10% for the big guy.
Yep.
So the legislation faced immediate opposition from many Republicans in both chambers. No shit. And House GOP leaders said it would not even receive a vote. I'm surprised. As rhino as these fuckers are, I'm surprised. And then, of course, you come back with, but bipartisan negotiators are laboring to sell the package as part of a last-ditch effort to approve money for Ukraine's defense against Russia. As I said, what about our defense against the southern border? All these people come just streaming across the border. I'm thinking, it's like going, sending your army in on horseback against a tank. It's like strike back, strike hard, strike fiercely, make it stop. As soon as I guarantee you, as soon as you start taking out the first line of attackers across that southern border, the rest of them stop coming really quick.
Yeah.
Of course, that's not nice now, is it? You have to be nice because someone's feelings might get hurt. Little Jose might end up, like the killing fields kind of thing. But if they know that's what's going to happen.
Hurt.
Well, more than his feelings get hurt. Little Jose ends up with, his brain splattered all across the place. Not a pretty sight. But if you know that's going to happen, I guarantee you they stop coming across the border really damn quick.
Right.
I mean, if you let
They know, they know our immigration stuff better than we do. They know exactly what to say, exactly where to go.
Mm-hmm. They've been learning this stuff a long way. I mean, it sucks, but this is what sometimes you have to do something drastic to get some drastic results and make it stop really quick. And, I'm kidding whenever I say arm the thing, but just so you know, I'm not
kidding.
I'm not talking about doing any harm to people. Jeez Louise. The bill would send military aid to Israel, funding for allies in the Asia Pacific, and humanitarian aid for refugees fleeing Gaza. While President Joe Biden has worked towards the deal with Republican and Democrat leaders in the Senate, he faces difficulty, if not impossible, path to passage, echoing opposition from the House counterparts. Did AI fucking write this? Republican senators have said the border policy doesn't go far enough and questioned additional aid to Ukraine. Yeah, because they shouldn't be based on each other. First of all, base each action on its own merit. But the only reason that they're doing this is because they want to get one other thing passed. If you want to base it on its merit, there would be no funds being sent to Ukraine at all. There would be at least double the amount spent on southern border. There would probably be double the amount being spent over in Israel. There would probably be triple the amount, if not more, being spent over in Asian Pacific countries on this crap with China going after Taiwan. Yeah. It's AP, of course. It's written by AI.
They have to, because then if you don't pack them together, they can't say, oh, look what they did. Can you believe they didn't want to take care of the border?
Mm-hmm. Well, that is actually a pretty good idea right there, Lesko. I mean, that's what they do in Cuba. 2 walls with a minefield in between. Of course, they also did that in Germany, but... Or I have another idea that might be useful if we're sick of dealing with this, huh?
Is it the trebuchet?
Well, the trebuchet is always fun. Trebuchet as you sling them across. Let's see how far we can get this one and how many bounces we get off of it. No, if you want to make this the aggression in the South stop happening, take it over. Just walk right in there, push them all the way back to Venezuela or wherever the fuck they're coming from. Just walk right in there. Take Mexico back. I mean, make it North America, make it one state, and it might be the poorest state, but all these people that have all the bleeding hearts from California can take their sorry asses over there. They can go spend their time in Cancun for all I care.
We'll send them on the trebuchet too.
Exactly. See how many times they bounce. Just take over the country. That way you don't have a border crisis. You narrow down the length of the border that you have. You push it back as far as possible, and then you cut it off right there. And you say, oh, we only have 100 miles of border that we have to handle, and then double wall it and put minefields in between. Less upkeep.
We've solved the border crisis.
There you go. In one stream, we've solved.
Yeah, it took 5 minutes.
I mean, there's lots of death involved in this, but it's cheaper than sending money to Ukraine.
He dies.
He dies. Well, President Joe Biden worked towards the deal. Senator Marco Rubio, Republican, Florida, said an easy no. The package has also drawn strong support from Donald Trump. Don't care. The likely candidate. Some Democrats are also expected to oppose the deal. Well, here's the thing. All Donald Trump has to do is agree to something, and the rest of the people go, no, we can't do it. We don't want to sign it.
Oh, no.
See, these people don't learn, do they? Just the way to get Republicans to not support something is just be Donald Trump and support it. And they'll immediately just be like, fuck no, we ain't doing that. Some Democrats are also expected to oppose the deal. Said he opposes the change it would make to the asylum process. This border deal misses the mark. Well, of course it does. And I agree with him. It misses the mark entirely. We don't need to have the two tied in at all. At all.
Right.
Either of them should be there. The package contains $60 billion in aid for Ukraine. That's not true, because I've read what it says, and I'll pull it up later. 60 billion is only a portion of it, because, and they're saying 60 for that, 14 for Israel, 10 billion would be humanitarian. See, this is where it's more than 10 billion, right? And it's not just, and it says specifically for Israel. It says for Ukraine, it says nothing about Israel, Gaza, and other places, and it's more than 10 billion. They've got a couple of billion here and there for aid that's going to the South Bank or West Bank or wherever the fuck that is. Oh, I just heard something. One of the dogs came running down the stairs. I was like, what the hell just happened? You couldn't hear it. Thank God. I hope not. Oof. But yeah, so whenever they say 10 billion would go for humanitarian aid to other places, no, there's 10 billion that's going straight to Ukraine. And there's another 2.3 billion that's also going to these other countries. 2.3 to the other ones, but 10 billion is going straight to Ukraine. But this is why they're missing it. But of course, the package would also send 20 billion to immigration enforcement. Enforcement that they will never enforce, providing money to hire thousands more officers to evaluate. Okay, that's it. To evaluate asylum claims and add hundreds of more agents to stop the flow of fentanyl. But they say nothing about stopping the flow of illegal immigrants coming across the border. You notice they are very cautious about that. Where in this does it say to stop the flow of illegal immigrants coming across the border? Nowhere does it say it. Nowhere. It says, oh, we'll stop fentanyl, but it's more than 20 billion for that, because they also are spending another, I think it's 2.3 billion to stop the flow of fentanyl across. So yeah, not even close. Not even close. Toughen asylum process. The bill would overhaul the system with tougher standards and faster enforcement. Okay. Trebuchets, I'm telling you. It's like, what country are you coming from? Oh, Argentina. China. Asylum offers protection to people fleeing persecution for race, religion, political affiliation, member, and discrimination group. Now, the problem
that's
is
not how it works.
This right here, where they're saying it is part of international law. If it is, they're supposed to stop at the first country that they come across. That is how asylum works.
Right.
200 more ICE agents because, well, the reason that you need 200 more ICE agents is because it's a little hot down in Mexico. Gotta have some ice for your tequila. It's one way of making, They do not want to stop. How many years does politics use illegal alien shit in their speeches? Obama even said we need to stop this. Fuck all has been done till Trump. Yep. Very true. But yeah, this is the trick to it, because they're supposed to stop at the first border they cross, and that's where the international law kicks in, but they just walk right on through that whole country. They're tell me how Jose leaves a war-struck country, weighing about 100 pounds. By the time he makes it to the U.S., he's weighing close to 200. That's a lot of walking and practically brand new clothes. It's like, weird how Jose managed to do that. And I'm not talking about the people that actually have a true plight. I'm saying that 90% of those are bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't believe them.
And they are hurting the ones that really do. That's what makes me mad about it.
Yeah, and if you want to send humanitarian aid to these people, well, send your $20 billion to Mexico so they can house and clothe and feed them. How's that? Send your $20 billion that way. Or better yet, why don't you just spend $20 billion, go in, take over Mexico, push all of them back as far as you can. Hey, this is war torn now. Oh, you're a drug cartel? Well, guess what? We've got Sherman tanks. Or what do we got? M54s now or some crap like that. 50 cals. Just, oh, okay. And all you got to do is just give some of those drugs to the soldiers. Man, they will push right on through. They won't even stop for the day. They'll just be like, food? We don't need no food. We survive off the blood of our enemies. Yeah, more ad space on their body with a high school team. Oh, new phone sushi. Do you like to piss me off in the morning? Under the proposal, migrants would have to show during initial screenings that they have a reasonable possibility of being granted asylum. No, don't do this. Stop the flow, fling them back over. Migrants would also be barred from making an asylum claim if they are found to, how about this? If they were found to have crossed out of Mexico, no asylum for you. Jeez. Migrants who cross the border illegally between a port of entry point would be detained and receiving screening within, no screening. Like their asses get flung back over within like 2 hours. It's like, do you have reason to be here? No. Stop the flow. It is that time of month, isn't it? How you doing, Baker? Good to see you. Hey, Fat, what's up? Good to see you.
Dad.
Did you have a good evening with Baker? Did he ever come hang with you guys last night?
He did.
Awesome. Very awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. It's always a good time hanging out with Baker.
I know. It is absolutely always a good time. He's good people. If you want to drop him a link, that'd be cool. He's welcome to swing by if he wants to. I know that he's just waking up, so no worries if he can't do it.
I can do that.
Thank you. You're awesome.
I'll twiddle his Twitter.
Twiddle his Twitter. Tinkle his Twitter. Twinkle his Twitter. Something. So the migrants who pass the new screen would then receive a work permit. And that's not going to work. Be placed in a supervision program. And how well is that going to work? And have their asylum case decided within 3 months. They say, 90 days, because it sounds such prettier than whenever you say 3 months. And migrants who seek asylum between ports of entry would be put in detention while they await initial screening, which means you have to clothe them, you have to house them, you have to keep them warm, you have to keep them away from little kids that might not be their children, may or may not be their children. Yeah, it looks a little fishy whenever, Jose shows up with, 5 kids and none of them look alike or even close to looking alike. like, wait, she's got blue eyes and blonde hair. No, she's his daughter. No. I'm hitting the hay right now. I take my midday nap, so talk to me. Talk me to sleep. I'll try. I can do that to people, talk them to sleep. The proposal also calls for large expansion of a Biden administration program that tracks families who arrive at the border while they await screenings for their asylum claim. Oh, wonderful. program was developed as an alternative to detention for families. Jesus. Border enforcement under the proposal, migrants would not be able to apply for asylum at all if illegal border crossings reach certain numbers. And this is where they were talking about once it get 5,000 per day. So let's see. You're number 4,999. You come walking across you're standing there at the border and you got your kid with you. You know what happens? Kid has to stay behind. We got to cut that off. Sorry. You reached the max number. Nope. You get to stay over there with Jose. Or do you want your child to come across and stay with Jose? Mm-hmm. It's 4,000. Wonderful. And then what they'll do is they'll cut it back to, because basically they've been topping out at 10,000 on some days during December. 10,000 people crossing per day. Per day.
That's crazy.
December, which was the highest month on record for illegal crossings. Under the proposal, migrants could still apply at ports of entry. And why don't they just continue to apply at ports of entry? That's what I don't understand. Supporters of Title 42's use say it was necessary tool that allowed border officials to expel. No, Jesus, we went over this. Irresponsible critics have questioned how effective Title 42 was. It's so hard to get an accurate picture because migrants ejected under Title 42 would try repeatedly to cross the border. That's why I'm saying trebuchet. You know, minefields, trebuchets, and electric fences, double electric fences. If migrants face expulsion, raise concern, limits on presidential immigration authority. The legislation would place limits on how presidential administrations can use parole to allow migrants into the country at the border. It would eliminate parole as is used when migrants cross the border illegally or show up at any ports of entry, instead place them into a new system for evaluating asylum claims. Oh, geez Louise. I'm telling you, trebuchets, minefields, double electric fence, all that kind of stuff. But if that wasn't enough for you, imagine this happening. And I'll share it with everybody here. Imagine this happening.
President.
The majority leaders.
I'm going to grab some more coffee.
Mr. President, the Senate is now ready to vote on the article of impeachment. And after that is done, we will adjourn the court of impeachment.
The clerk will read the article of impeachment.
I don't know what it's doing. Sounds good, Eris. After I get done here, this isn't even going to play, right? After I get done here, I'm going to bed so I can get up and do it all again tonight.
Sorry, I had pictures of Farrell up on my computer. In case you didn't know who that was. Experiencing interruptions, find out why. Because my goddamn computer sucks. How's that? Well, the good thing is hopefully after today I shouldn't have this problem anymore.
Oh, you're gonna get it.
Well, my wife has her she before we went and did our trip to France, she got this new computer, and it's a monster. It's a gaming computer, but she wanted to have that extra keyboard on the side. And she wanted a big screen. I was like, all right, so I got all this stuff for her. She took it to France and realized really fucking quickly that was a bad idea. For travel, use a small laptop. You don't need anything that massive because it's heavy and lugging it from place to place to place. She was just like, screw this. I want something smaller. And it was meant to keep up with work email and all that kind of stuff. Well,
Said no female ever.
Do it all night long with my usual 30 seconds. It takes too much energy. Oh, wow. You guys are filthy dirty. Shame. So what I have found was taking the that laptop is what I'm going to be using, this really nice gaming laptop, and hooking it up, and hopefully, because the speed of that thing, it should handle a lot of the streaming portions of it. Because I think this laptop I currently have, it's like bare minimum, like to do OBS or something like that, and it's not really, it can't really handle Streamlabs or StreamYard and all that kind of crap. So, but I've just got to set it up. That's sort of one of my goals today, is get it set up. And it also helped me out at work too, because this is such a small monitor that for long periods of time, it's really stressful on the eyes and the brain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you have not checked out Fedorowski's channel, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, says CNN. Okay, so what this is about the Senate votes to acquit Trump for role in Capitol attack. And guess what? Guess how they found?
As follows: the Senate, having tried Donald John Trump, former president of the United States, upon one article of impeachment.
Look at that. 57 guilty, not guilty, 43. And guess how it turns out? Go figure. They cut it off before it gets there. They found him not guilty.
Oh,
Isn't
dirty,
that
man.
weird? They acquitted him of it multiple times.
Nice.
Isn't that wonderful? Yes, I enjoy pissing everyone off with this bullshit. I try to make everyone smile. That is true. I do piss off a lot of people. Sometimes, not all the time. Oh my. But you know, there is better news. There is better news. Just not right now. So in Germany, carnival float catches fire in Kiel. I think that's how you say it. And 5 injured. So German police said at least 5 people were injured on Sunday when a carnival float at a parade in the country's southwest burst into flames. Wow. The incident happened at 3 p.m. local time, which is 1400 GMT, which here, I don't know. I have a hard time. Ask someone smarter, like that lives in Europe, they can tell you. In the city of Kiel, near the border with France, I didn't know that, tens of thousands of people had gathered to watch the parade to mark Fastnacht, the local name for carnival celebrations, when the float caught fire. Several people who were aboard the float had to jump to the ground to avoid the flames. Police said one person suffered serious burns and had to be taken to the hospital in a helicopter. Daryl Brooks could have cleaned that place out really quick. Oh, okay. That'd be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See, I told you, ask someone smarter than me. And you got Baker.
Yes.
Ooh, the fire was soon extinguished by firefighters, and the rest of the parade was called off. See, police said they were investigating the cause of the fire. Carnival is celebrated in more Catholic parts of Germany and culminates in a week of parades and parties before Ash Wednesday in February, which is after the 40-day Lent fasting season begins. Yep. So Carnival is pretty popular in a lot of places. Like that's what's going on in New Orleans, Mardi Gras, or Carnival, as it used to be called.
Okay.
I hear
Sorry, I had to pay a bill.
No, that's fine. I hear there's also some pretty good parties in. See, now this is happy news. Carnivals only belong in Louisiana. Well, maybe. They have some pretty good parties there, I will say. They have some pretty good parties there. But I can also pull up this little article that I found. It was pretty interesting. Where is it? And
No, Eric, will not be doing that.
I did find this one last night. Because and it was a very important one. It's very worrisome for anybody that might be a little bit triggered by the loss of limbs. Right now would be the time to turn off your screen, because this is more about gaining the use of a limb, and you can just think what setting this guy was using before he turned this thing on.
C'est la 2. Oui, alors, attendez, parce que je mets... Attendez, parce qu'il y a mon aide-soignant qui est pas... Est-ce que vous pouvez m'aider? Ouais, voilà. Non, visiblement, ça ne marche pas.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
Me, some for you. Morning, I'm young.
I saw that one. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good one. And I have found a new challenge for Olympic Games. This one's pretty good also. This should be an Olympic challenge here. Paper, scissors.
Oh, what? We'll make the boys play this one, Aaron. Yes, I agree. The guy definitely thought this dumb game up. I love when they rip the ring off.
There's one string left. Oh, there's the other one.
You don't win, buddy. You don't win. None of you win.
None of you guys win. But I do have a winner here. I do have a complete winner here. So
yeah, he showed them.
This is a complete winner here.
You are there, love.
Do you know what you're doing here with your engine idling?
No, what?
You are polluting the atmosphere.
Really?
You're just sitting here without a care in the world.
Okay.
Fumes from this car are going in through all the windows and all the ventilation.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I couldn't help it. This is like, I got to share that one with Farrell. This, I think I am going to incorporate into one of my intros. I am telling you, this is probably one of the sweetest things that you'll ever see. Okay, just check it out.
I love it. That's awesome.
I was like, oh, that would be a perfect intro to something, don't you think?
Right, Jess?
Uh,
Tell me you don't know what you're talking about without telling me. So true. You're polluting it. You can't leave that idling.
well, true, because they are electric cars. But there are some intelligent people out there, very intelligent people out there. And this lady right here, she wants to know why they don't make pickled.
I'm sitting here eating these teeny tiny cucumbers, and it just got me thinking, why have they pickled every vegetable but not cucumbers? I love pickles and I love pickled vegetables. I've been eating like pickled okra, pickled green beans, pickled carrots. And it doesn't make any sense why you can't find pickled cucumbers anywhere. Someone explain
Please
this to
tell
me.
me she's being stupid on purpose.
Yes.
Please tell me there's a joke.
She has to be. She has to be.
Oh, I don't have any faith in humanity anymore, though, to know if that's true or
You
not.
should have faith in humanity. Whenever you see this, you'll have some of the greatest faith in humanity, because this is impressive. Okay.
God, I hope so, Eric. So busy.
No, you'll have much more faith in humanity afterwards.
I agree, Fed. I mean, it's not impossible, Fed.
I had to watch it to figure out what he was doing. So I saw it. I couldn't unsee it. Hold your breath. Oh, you'll see. Just keep watching. Not allowed to our test.
Like all men, Eris. Every single one of them.
Yes. This guy should be allowed to play with power tools. Now, you see why he did it. Poor tree dude is like, what the fuck did I ever do to you? Yeah. See, Moss, how's it going? Good to see you. It's impressive that he has that kind of ability to do something like this. She's muted right now. So if you're talking,
I muted both my microphone and that at the same time. For some reason, I was trying to switch out my headphones because for some reason, when the video is playing, I can't hear you.
well, that would be because of the saw.
No, I couldn't hear the video or you at all.
Oh, really?
So I don't know. Yeah, I think it might be my headphones. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be
Switch
giving
to
you a little bit of
headphones.
could be giving you a little bit of the feedback. Sometimes that happens.
Well,
on these.
I couldn't hear the intro or anything. I thought maybe there was just a glitch. See, because they all hear you. So let me switch to different headphones.
Okay. So yes, it prevents the tree from the saw is family. No, I've seen real arborists do exactly that without all the hacking, not the locking, but laying the tree right beside the base. Yeah. You're not impressed. Okay. I got you. I'll impress you with something else. How's that? I'm not showing that because that's really disturbing. So I'm impressed with this one. I'm really impressed with this one. This is really good. You're gonna love it. Whenever you see it, you're gonna go, oh yeah. Got it.
Ah putain! Isabelle, je suis coincée dans le verre, viens m'aider! Mais viens m'aider, mais je suis coincée, bordel de merde! Mais t'es con, ma prends ça, mets-moi deux trucs là! Pour enlever! Mais t'es con quoi? Putain, mais t'es vraiment une couillasse, ma pauvre! Mais reprends ça un peu là! Mais mets la main dedans! Oh! Non, mais tu te fous de ma gueule en plus. Oh la couille.
Did you see it? See what she was doing to her? Farrell? Hello? Farrell? Am I muted? Or did she freeze up? I think Farrell froze up. But slow on the uptake. Yes. Stepmom is stuck. Exactly. She may be swapping out her headphones and can't hear us. I see Farrell's eyes moving. No, she's just having issues with her audio. She swapped out headphones. But Farrell is frigid, confirmed. Farrell's not frozen. That's what Judge Maddie said. She's frigid. Oh, come on. That was funny. That was good. Oh, I have more of them too. That was the cool thing. There's quite a bit more. I did find this really hilarious. So she's just annoyed. She hates you. Possibility. It is always possible. There was one video where they fell a burning tree. Yeah, that one is very cool, Mass. I've got that one also. That one was really impressive. This is something for the men out there. Just this is for you guys.
Shawty had them apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. Got the whole club looking at her. She had Jessica. Did you sleep with your goddamn teacher? What? Did you sleep with your teacher? Mr. Wilson? Mr. Wilson. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Jessica, you're a little slut. Oh, no, I'm telling you. I was failing chemistry. You're out of the house. What? You're out of the house.
Yeah, sorry. She's living at home and failing out of chemistry. My ears. Jeepers. Yes. Yeah. She's sleeping with her professor to get pass her chemistry test. Oh, yes. That was that was true. All right. This is a little better. I have to keep the audio down on this one though. So muted. There we go. Here you go. Watch closely. Oh, sorry. I had to show that one. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Jamie. Good to see you. She should try to the lake. Damn, that's cruel. Drive into a lake. Good Lord. She didn't get the chemistry going with that professor. Oh, that's fine. You take your time. It's being weird. I know the feeling. Sometimes I'm always cautious of it. I'm always cautious of the music on these things because sometimes it'll get you in trouble. And I just have to be very, very careful with it. I have to be very, very careful. And what was the other one I had here? Oh, no, we're not showing that. Over that. And here's now this one might get me in trouble because this is impressive as all get out. I don't care how much you like this band. If you're the Big Lebowski, that's pretty damn impressive. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that's a feel good father, son sitting there, or maybe uncle, nephew, who knows, but they're totally just grooving on it. Not half bad. Not my favorite band in the world, but they're not half bad musicians of being able to sit there and play that. No, I can't play that because that'll get me in trouble. But I did manage to find an old video of my grandmother. So bear with me. You're gonna love grandma here. classical is already used in a video like this. Is not going to be copyright. No, well, I have to be careful though. Still have to be careful. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair. Here we go. So, grandma does it better though. Just so you know.
So what is it? Carnation milk, the best in the land. Comes in a tin with a red and white band. No tits to pull, no hay to pitch. Just punch 2 holes in the son of a bitch.
Come on. Grandma's got it. Grandma's got it. Let's see. We've got... I think I can show this one here. I'm pretty sure I can show this one. So if you're ever wondering what kind of armament that we can be using on the border, this is it right here. You want to be Betty White? Damn right.
Target destroyed. Missile away. Target destroyed.
So like, oh, I better pull off here and get out of the truck. Oh my gosh. I believe you have love. Did you see those? Some bitches unsub me. Oh, I've got you again now. But I'm still big mad at YouTube. Yeah, they do that crap all the time. Unsubbing people from things. It's insane. Yes. Oh, here it is. I finally found it. Damn it. I was looking for this last night. This is one of the funniest jokes. Boom, boom, boom. Precision. Yes. This is, and this is pretty good. There you go.
Very serious about what they're.
Want to hear a joke?
Oh, geez.
Kids walking down the hallway of his house.
He's doing
They're
one.
screaming in his parents' bedroom. Opens the door. There's his father dressed only in chaps. Mother's dressed in a cheerleading outfit with nothing on her, and they're going at it. He says, "Daddy, what's going on?" He says, "Just go to bed, sweetie. I'll tuck you in 20 minutes." 20 minutes later, his father's walking down the hall. He hears screaming in his kid's bedroom. He opens the door. The kid's having sex with his grandmother. He said, "Billy, what the hell are you doing?" He said, "It's not so funny when it's your mother, is it?"
Waiting for people to come in there. Yes, Super Dave is awesome. I'm sorry. I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I saw that. I forgot all about that. And I do have one here for T-Rex. Got one here for T-Rex. This is specifically for you, buddy. Wah, wah, wah. There you go. What do you think this is, Ronnie? All right, be safe. Be safe. on. That thing's got some boost. Okay, now it's some cheese puffs. I thought T-Rex would like that one. I saved that one special for him. But there is. All right. Here you go. This is for all you Chuck Norris fans. All you Chuck Norris fans.
The universe is infinite, and at the end, Chuck Norris waits. A knife with bread. Chuck Norris is allowed to smoke on an airplane because he steps outside to do it.
When Chuck Norris wants to do a puzzle, he buys crumbs and puts them back together into a bread. Jesus walks on water. Chuck Norris swims through land. Children wear Superman pajamas. Superman wears Chuck Norris pajamas. Chuck Norris personally knows the last day of the month of the year. Chuck Norris can fly. The earth just respectfully keeps its distance. How many push-ups can Chuck Norris do? All of them. Chuck Norris has counted to infinity twice. Chuck Norris abducts aliens. Death once had Chuck Norris experience. Chuck Norris can surf on a shock wave. When Chuck Norris crashes into a tree, it's the tree's fault. Chuck Norris understands women. All truckers deserve prayers. Yes, all truckers do deserve prayers. It's not an easy life. Well, Farrell said she would be back, but she had things to do. And I'll show you. Farrell's busy right now. Just leave her alone. Just let her work. Let her work. My, oh my. And then we've got, see if I can find the cool one. Where is it? Where is it? Oh yeah, no, that's not it. If you're ever wondering why men, tend not to live as long as women, I'll show you why that happens. There you go. This is why men don't live as long as women. Yeah. That's why. But I did find R2D2. There you go. Found R2D2. It's pretty awesome. Things are looking rough for R2D2 right now. Kind of sad. Kind of sad to see R2D2 like that. Where is it? Here we go. See, Farrell, I had videos of you. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Did you see the video that I saved of you?
I saw it.
I was looking for this one because it's really damn cool. It's only 30 seconds, so.
Disappointing.
So disappointing. Well, you were busy. Here we go. This is the one that Mouse was talking about. This tree was struck by lightning.
Both piping them. Nice.
Good. Farrell is back. Now I can finish. That's awesome. Oh man. But I did find a pretty good one here that was this is a very good feel good one here. So I know we have a lot of people that like puppers, right?
Mhm.
Good
Yep.
feeling here. It's a good feeling one here.
Aw.
Oh, come on.
So cute.
Yes.
Adorable. He tried to be.
This one is wearing the same thing that Danielle was wearing the other night or the other morning on Baker's.
You're horrible.
That was a very cute outfit. I'm not being horrible. I am not being
Yes,
horrible.
I'm back. Sorry, Brandon.
Yes, Brandon. Came back. Let's see if I this is a prank. I don't know where it's going, but I'm sure it's not good. So here we go. It's just a prank. The prank. Just Jesus Christ. Sorry.
No, that's not even. I would kill someone.
She would wet herself. I think I would probably wet myself if that happened. I would be beating the crap out of somebody. Just be like, yeah, don't jump and try to scare me with something like that because you would get beat the hell down.
Yeah. Oh, I hate being scared so
like
much.
that?
Like
Yeah.
anything. I hate being scared. I don't think it's funny. Like, I don't like it at all.
So here's
Yes.
yeah. So I got one for you here.
As they should, Mass.
Guess who this is? Yes, it is. Derek Jeter. Trying to do a cartwheel. Looks a lot like me. Hey, how's it going? See you in a few days. Get to feeling better, expert. Really.
Yeah.
That's
You-
that.
No FNL makes everything so weird.
I know it made everything very weird. It makes it very, very weird. Let's see. I think I got one more in here.
Rexy, we are gonna fight.
I did find some guinea pigs here. You like guinea pigs, right? Big guinea pigs.
What the F is that?
That is, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like in Australia. It's one of them Australian things. Oh, morning, y'all. Hey, Kayla, good to see you.
Morning, Kayla.
There it is. Capybara. Capybara.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty sure Deal housewife could beat me in a fight, therefore I would never scare her. Yeah, she probably would.
That's a new one. Deal housewife.
I think she meant to say feral, but let's see. Yeah, I showed these last night, but they're still damn funny. And Kaiser told me an interesting story, which I didn't know this. It was that the Marines invented the gender reveal. But here we go. Reveal. Grandma didn't look too happy.
Poor grandma.
Didn't look happy at all. And you've seen this one, right? All right. This is a good one. You'll love it.
Whoops. Oh.
Mute it. There we go. Now, just think how much time this took this guy to get this one down. This is impressive. That's
cute.
That took him a while to get the timing of that thing down. All right, you take care, Gigi. It was a pleasure seeing you.
Hi, Gigi.
Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Having too much fun this morning. Sorry. Let me see here. And so I don't know.
No.
Well, I saw this earlier and I just want to make sure that it doesn't. Yeah, it's going to do that. Nope. And I want to make sure that it doesn't give me all of a sudden some sort of like pop up. So I'm holding off. Give me a second. Sometimes it'll just give me this pop up, and I'm trying not to dox myself this early in the morning.
I gotcha. Go ahead.
Go.
I'll just have to say,
Lionel Messi's global. So this is Lionel Messi's global tour with Inter Miami became a PR nightmare. So we're talking about Lionel Messi and Inter Miami's global tour of exhibition games, where the main show has been Argentina's 2022 World Cup winning captain. So the matches are about promotion and marketing, hoping to build a new brand by using stars like Messi and I don't know who this is. Uruguayan Luis Suarez. Uruguayan. I hope I'm saying that right. There's too many vowels and not enough consonants. Instead, the tour is getting mostly bad PR, and results have not been much better in matches that have stretched from El Salvador through Dallas into Saudi Arabia and Hong Kong on Sunday. The next stop is Tokyo's National Stadium on Wednesday against Vessel Kobe, and a wrap-up match on February 16th in Florida against Newell's Old Boys, Messi's boyhood club in Argentina, and the club that might be his final destination before retiring. Through 5 games, I think they said through 5 games. It's weird. Inter Miami has been outscored 12-7-1 only once, and that was Sunday in Hong Kong, where a 4-1 victory over the local team was overshadowed by angry fans holding up signs demanding a refund and booing, since neither Messi nor Suarez played, both out injured and aging. Just like, Lord. Messi is 36, Suarez is 37. Both are more and more subject to nagging injuries. The marketing hype and promoting the event to global fans creates high expectation, coupled with government subsidy of the event. John Grady, a sports law professor at the University of South Carolina, told Associated Press this also raises expectations that marquee players will appear as advertised. It's like having a main event and then the main event doesn't show up. Even though fans know the games are for practice and meaningless in the standings, they still choose to pay high prices and attend. And the phrase goes in Latin, caveat emptor, or let the buyer beware. As more football teams recruit elite talent with large followings, including on social media, it creates a situation where non-appearance causes a fan outrage and results in a public relation headache. You know, it'd be like doing the Friday Night Live from Dollywood, and then the expert, White Rabbit, Valhalla Waits, Volstorm, Dictionary Diva don't show up. You know, everybody's coming to hang out and see them, and then for them not to show up, it'd be like just a PR nightmare.
I mean, women were just kind of used for men not showing up for the main event.
Good job. Well, I mean, did they get taken care of though? That's all that matters, isn't it? Martinez apologized for Messi's absence after Sunday's Hong Kong match. Fans who saw practice on Saturday at least saw Argentina captain in a kick around with Miami co-owner David Beckham also on the field. We understand the disappointment of the fans in the absence of Leo and Lewis. We understand a lot of fans are disappointed. We ask for their forgiveness. We wish we could have sent Leo and Lewis on for at least a while, but the risk was too big. Messi came on for the last 7 minutes in the 6-0 loss at Al Nassr, one of the two matches in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, as Inter Miami prepares for its MLS Open season opener on February 22nd. So that's insane. Ouch, Farrell. Ow, girl.
I said what I said.
Yeah, whenever I saw this article, I was like, what in the hell is going on? That, you know, these guys are not showing up to the main event, and it's because they're worried about them getting injured. But what does that say about the rest of the team that they have? I mean, a team should be about a team and not just a single player. I don't know what you're talking about, Farrell. The main event always happens first. I'm the secondary event always.
That's not an evidence.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my Lord. So yeah, California's going to get some storms, of course, but that's how it goes. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to find, but I couldn't find it before I got on. Yeah, so it was something I saw last night, and I haven't seen it since. Nope. That's not it.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Eric said California's going to sink into the ocean.
Yeah. Good luck with that. So there is no medical advice in this whatsoever. No medical advice whatsoever. Just so you know, I don't care.
Sorry, Wendy.
Right.
We'll pull you out.
You'll never have facts and evidence either. Hey, what? What did I do? Hey, Wendy H, good to see you. How are you doing, girl?
She's talking about me, saying fingers crossed that Eris is right. Eris said California is going to sink into the ocean.
Well,
in my
hopefully you'll be out of there before
Wendy, then. I didn't know you were in here.
Is that a good reason? Is that a good reason? Oh, so this is what I saw, and you can see it coming down the pipe. So right there, shocking number of long COVID cases in New Jersey. New Jersey's top news.
Good morning, I'm Eric Scott. This is New Jersey's first news for Monday, February 5th. Plenty of sunshine will be around the Garden State today, and it will be dry. Our chief meteorologist, Dan Zero, says it'll feel like a typical February day.
Typical, huh? Typical February day. I'm wanted to get to that news article because police said there was no struggle. Yeah, this is Christopher Sandmich in Monmouth County Superior Court, 2/1/2024, Asbury Park Press. This particular guy right here. But yeah, the whole Coof thing, I was like, damn.
Brutal killing of his girlfriend's cat. Christopher Sanchez, sentenced to 4.5 years. The 29-year-old Howell man pleading guilty to animal cruelty.
As he should have been. Don't do that. Cat killer blamed on substance abuse. That is no excuse for deleting kitties. Mike is peaking a bit today. Shizzy getting a lot of extra bass in the subs. It happens. It happens.
Mhm.
I've got a little control over it, but I said it so I wouldn't have this issue. Nope, it adjusted itself automatically. Yeah, that should be better. Is that better?
That's a lot nicer.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, this happens whenever I go on other people's shows.
Right.
Because they have different settings, and so weird things happen.
Cruelty for decapitating his roommate's cat and forcing the roommate to watch. Prosecutors said the killing was sadistic.
Yeah. There are free cats at Walmart parking lot. Oh, jeez. Yeah, no. Could you imagine you've got a roommate and they're sitting there watching you and you're forcing them to watch while you do this horrible thing to a cat and then blaming it. Oh, I just had a little bit too much to drink. I mean, I joke about it, like with my wife, I'm like, look at that cat. It's running across the street. If I just speed up and swerve a little bit to the left, I can get it. She's like, stop it. I was like, I never do. I'm not going to do that kind of stuff.
Right.
The squirrels are a different story.
I mean, I do it to people, so not actually do it, but
no.
I comment about it sometimes.
Yeah.
As a trophy, Sanchez apologized at his
So he kept the cat's head as a trophy.
sentencing, but blamed the killing on substance abuse. A Somerset County town has a
I'm not going to watch any more of that. That's so horrible.
Yikes.
Yeah, but that particular story was pretty spooky. Oh no, there's the rest of it. So it says
better marketing.
Better marketing. Squirrels are just rats with bushy tails and better marketing. Yeah, damn right. Anybody who thinks there's 1% this dude will stop with animals? No.
No, definitely not.
No, because then he'll turn around and blame it on substance abuse. So what it says, figures from National Institutes of Health suggest as many as 1 million New Jersey residents have never fully recovered from the coof. Long coof symptoms include shortness of breath, brain fog, joint pain, prolonged loss of smell and taste, and fatigue. For some, the symptoms result in a total disability. So I thought this jab was supposed to make it all better.
I got you, Mass. Yeah, you're right. No, he's not going to stop with just animals.
No. Squirrels are so cute, though. Sure.
It's the marketing, Wendy.
Yeah, squirrels are so cute whenever they chew up your railings. Yeah, really cute. But same way with rats, like their teeth are constantly growing. They're like fingernails. Their teeth continue to grow, and so they have to chew on things to dull them down or just loosen them down. But yeah, they're constantly growing. They're like fingernails. So pretty creepy shite. Pretty creepy stuff. I don't like the squirrels. Don't like the squirrels, but I can see there's going to be more of this kind of, the long coof stuff happening. Okay, I can do it for this one. That one. Refresh. I'm making sure I don't get a little copyright thing on there. Oh, Jesus. Continue recommended. Don't know what it is, but it's blocked. Oh no, I'm not showing that. See, it almost did it. Almost got me. Nope. Here we go. And let's see, present share screen right there. So advocates voice outrage over tearing down public housing for optometry school. In Syracuse, the Post-Standard reported that SUNY Upstate Medical University was in talks with Syracuse Housing Authority to allow the hospital to build an 8-story eye doctor school where 92 units of public housing are slated to be torn down near Interstate 81. On Saturday, community advocates and community members of government leaders gathered to voice outrage over the proposal. Let's see what that proposal was. An assault, a violation, tearing down public housing. Give me just a second because I have a feeling something's going to come popping up here. That's why I'm hiding it. Sometimes it does this. T-Rex and I kind of like seagulls, like big things. No, seagulls are actually really, really good at killing rats. Just that, like in, I learned this in Venice that they actually, want the seagulls there because they'll keep down the pigeon and the rat population. They'll really keep those down. So they're pretty damn good at destroying those other birds. They're not as small as you think. Like some of them, but yeah, your uncle eats tree squirrels. Yeah, dude, same way in Indiana, Kentucky. I used
People
to go
do it here too.
Yeah, you can get. I think the bag limit then was something like 20 or 25 per day, and you really easy to skin, not a whole lot of meat, and you can fry those things up like chicken. Albatrosses are big. Seagulls are tiny. Yeah, albatrosses are big, but go to Venice and you'll see tons of seagulls around, and not a whole lot of rats and not a whole lot of pigeons because they kill them off. Yeah, you trust me. They're not enormous, but they're bigger than a damn pigeon. In Louisiana, opening day of squirrel season is a school holiday. Oh yeah. And squirrels are pretty easy to get because all you have to do is find their nest and just give the nest a nice blast with a 12 gauge shotgun. They tend to come out pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
Find like a chestnut tree or there's another one that you'd find in walnut trees, things like that. Yeah, you'll find them. Oh my gosh.
But they're delicious, T-Rex.
Yes. Yep.
That is literally my favorite bird to eat.
What, crane?
Crane.
Yeah. You were telling me about that.
Yes, it is so good.
So they're outraged over a proposal to tear down pioneer homes to build an optometry college. So like getting rid of the ghetto to build an optometry college. And I would think that would be something that they could really help out the community. Now, if you're building an optometry college there, what would be really awesome for them to do is do free stuff for the community and having to do with eyesight. It would make sense. But they're building a eye doctor school, and a group of 20 gathered. Oh, okay. A large group. So a group of 20 gathered in Pioneer Homes at the end of Light Court, right where the highway overpass cuts the neighborhood in two, as various community members spoke. The Upstate University Hospital sign was visible over the roof of the homes. Children laughed while running each other down the sidewalk. The gathering was held after an appeals court ruled the state can proceed in tearing down I-81 Onondaga County legislator Charles Garland, a member of Renew 81, who brought the lawsuit to stop the teardown, organized the gathering Saturday. Garland brought an easel with a map of the Upstate University campus to point out the missing piece of Pioneer homes that would perfectly complete the campus, he said. Underneath the map of Upstate was a photo of a little boy. The photo was Garland as a child living in Syracuse before his family's funeral home was torn down through eminent domain to make room for I-81. Oh. Oh, what a cute little boy. We're seeing it's one more repeat of history, Garland said, and it's gentrification. Putting in an eye doctor school is not gentrification. Okay. Garland stressed the tearing down of 81 won't fix things. Okay. Building it up wouldn't either. Farrell making us crane sandwiches at Dollywood. Sounds tasty. Hey, Toodlee, how you doing? Good to see you. I thought everything tastes like chicken. Only in the Matrix. Right? This grid is not going to solve the systemic. What does that have to do with anything? This grid is not going to solve systemic racism. It's going to solve the overflow of policing. It's not going to solve our housing problem. What does that have to do with anything? What is housing and racism have to do with anything?
Everything has to do with racism.
David Rufus, who has lived in the community his entire life, and his family in Pioneer homes, called the discussion an assault, a violation, a blatant break of trust. Well, okay. I am all about people owning a home. And it becomes more and more expensive and seems a lot more and more unobtainable. And there's certain things that you can do to, get yourself to that point of owning a home. And it is a rough road. It is an absolute rough road. And then even after you do own a home, you have to upkeep that home. And that can be an even rougher road.
Mm-hmm.
Because most people...
Whatever you mean, Shizzy.
Whatever do you mean? Imagine getting a flood. You've got, you get water leaking through your house. It's just makes a little river in your house. And you got insurance, and then insurance says, yeah, we only don't cover that because that part isn't covered.
What? Oh, I missed that part of it. I didn't know they weren't going to cover it.
They're only covering portion of it.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it is amazing racism. That's bad. No, home ownership is that's gonna take a chunk of savings and all that kind of crap just to get things repaired. But that's sort of the price you pay.
Oh man, that's rough. So,
well, they'll cover a couple of things, but all in all, this mattress that we had, for example, that got wet, they said, oh, just go ahead and get it cleaned, and I'm just like, okay, that's not going to come out. These stains are not going to come out. So they'll pay for the cleaning, which might be around $130 or something like that for like a $1,200 mattress. So 10%, 1% of the cost of the damn mattress they'll cover.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, beautiful, that kind of stuff. And we haven't even got to resolving the issue of the water. They won't pay for the demolition to find the source of the problem. They won't pay for the repairing of that problem. The only thing that they'll pay for is basically cleaning the carpets.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, they won't even pay for replacing the carpets.
Wow.
Yeah. So they haven't come back with the total amount, but it's going to suck. I can
Yeah,
tell
I
you right now.
totally missed that part of the story. I don't know where I've been.
Well, it's, we got the information on Friday. I've been not talking about it. It's just like out of sight, out of mind. Don't want to think about it. We are also waiting to hear back from our contractor that's going to do the work, get the waterproofing on the outside of the house and that kind of stuff, get it taken care of.
Yeah.
Which basically they'll be digging up our front yard to get that portion of it done. Yeah, that's going to cost a pretty penny, but what are you going to do? There's only so much you can do in these kinds of situations. So, happy days indeed. But yeah, owning a home is not easy. So I love these comparisons that these people have right here. David Rufus, who lived in the community his entire life, says it's an assault, a violation, a blatant break of trust. Rufus called for a separation just like church and state. I don't think he understands what the separation of church and state is.
They never do.
Well, citing
They
a
think
potential
it's to keep
conflict
religion out of your government.
No, it's to keep government out of religion. Government shouldn't be in the business of religion. But they've already crossed that threshold. That's where this whole climate change and racism and all this other crap has become a religion for them. It is their dogma, and if they can't get you one way, they're going to get you another, because that's what religion does. It says, "Hey,
right,
you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and if you don't, then you're going to be chastised." I mean, think about the Spanish Inquisition. Wasn't it a glorious time? Salem witch burnings are more like it now. Potential conflict of interest between members of the SHA board being involved in Upstate University. SHA board president Calvin Corridors is also the Sunny Upstate Advisory Board. Well, it's not uncommon for people to be on multiple boards.
Right.
What was that? I was listening to some of the residents of East Palestine. It's so sad what they're going through with their homes. It's so sad that it's been going on for over 2,000 years. So I feel nothing. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. I love that movie. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. And more of this stuff right here you can tell where they're coming from whenever they say this. If you don't have the lived experience, you don't have experience. Lived experience. Like, okay, this guy is like Confucius. If you don't have experience, you don't have lived experience. You don't have experience. This is like, you're stupid. I'm tired of the bullshit, says Mabel Wilson, advocate with the Tenants Association, founder of the West Newell Street Community Garden. I knew in my bones there's some undercurrent going on. Well, there always is. If you wanted to keep this little project of yours up, then you should have bought and paid for whatever you needed to do. If it was that fucking important to you, buy it. Many speakers said she did not appreciate the behind the back type of negotiation regarding the optometry school that no one was informed of until reported by Syracuse. I'm sure they were informed of it. I'm pretty sure that they was informed of this stuff. It's unacceptable that we get to read things in the paper that should just be brought to town hall like meetings. No. Okay. If a housing authority, think about this. This is HUD. This is tax dollars that are going in there. And if people are living there rent free and it turns into an eyesore, it turns into an absolute trash bin, what is their incentive of keep sending police in there to get shot on a regular basis, or drugs just keep rolling out of there, or there's horrible things going on in there? Maybe there's a high crime. Maybe women are getting assaulted. And you're talking about East Palestine, Ohio. Yeah, it's been going on for thousands of years there too. Sorry. That's funny. This it's bad. Yes, and there's at some point the government will step in, because the government are the ones that are losing the lives of their people. You know, their officers, their soldiers, their the residents. You know, you want to keep your residents alive. If you're in a high crime area, what's the best thing to do is move them out. You know. So, Jess, I serve on my local planning board. We often run into people being upset about a property development, but if the owner follows all the laws and meets the requirements, you cannot deny their application. This is so true right here. And you are muted,
Yep.
I think.
I know.
You're not.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. That's fine. No, it's
Oh.
very important to pay attention to. You know, they can't deny you certain things. Lasanda says her main concern is transparency. I would think that I would have more concerns than transparency. She also questions the outreach by Upstate and other groups. Do you know us? Have you ever come down here? They don't have to. Why would they want to?
Right.
Where are they and why aren't they? Okay, don't have to. Again, I don't have to do things that you want me to do. And this is something I have to deal with on a regular basis for a certain place that we represent. We get these people calling up and they're complaining. They're going, your lot is overgrown. It's just like, okay, lot's overgrown. What does it matter? Well, there's snakes and trees and blah, 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 blah. I was like, is a tree getting ready to fall? Yes, a tree's getting ready to fall. Okay, we'll send somebody out there, because that can be a potential hazard. All right. But just because my grass is overgrown, you can go F off. If you don't like the branches overhanging on your side of the lot, you're more than welcome to trim them off. I can't do anything to stop you in doing that because it encroaches on your property. Now, if you come after my tree that's on my property, that's a different story.
Right.
Okay? And I cannot control, especially if you're not part of an HOA. If you want that kind of stuff, go live in an HOA where you can have some crazy Karen knocking on your door, 2:00 in the afternoon, bitching because you had a package delivered. All right. If you want that kind of shit, go live in one of those kind of places.
Hard pass.
But also there's other caveats to that. You don't end up with Jim Bob down the street, having 4 cars in his driveway on blocks, on cinder blocks. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's advantages, there's disadvantages to
there's
situation.
Lots of places have ordinances for things like that. Like if it's causing health risks and things like that, because he's got rats taken over because of all those cars or whatever. HOAs are a joke.
Yes. You own your lot and you pay your taxes to let it grow. Exactly. Now here's the thing. There are certain things that fall under code enforcement. And I always tell them whenever they start bitching and moaning about it, contact code enforcement. Make a complaint to them. They'll come down and they'll cite it if there's an issue. I had one lady calls up at least once a month and keeps complaining, well, there's a tree and it's grown into my sewer line and I've got all these problems with my sewer line from your tree. I was like, where's the tree at? I can pull it up on Google Maps and see that the tree is straddling both pieces of property. I said, well, you're more than welcome to cut anything that's on your side of the lot off. You're more than welcome to do that. If you got tree roots growing up through it, then dig them out, put in better sewer lines. I don't know what to tell you. We have no control over that over there at all.
Right.
And they hate it. They hate it. But that's how it goes. Like tough titty. Call code enforcement. Not my problem. Well, this XY, I don't care. Go away. So no, you don't control what other people do with their land within reason. If it does become a health risk or a health problem,
right?
Then contact someone. She just exactly. But I told her we can't go on her land and do anything with it. So what we cut this tree down and we pull it out. And what good does that do? you still have to dig the roots out, and we're not doing that for you. Like, feel free to do it. Tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk's still fine. At one point, Garland spoke and mentioned the aquarium plan near Inner Harbor. A woman in the crowd piped up at him for being okay with revitalization near his funeral home. Oh, that's pretty fucking cold. Garland voted yes on the aquarium and in return a commitment for public funds towards housing, lead cleanup, and other things in his district. We got more than $20 million directly towards housing. That's for the strip near Garland, right? Said Josine Everson, a Syracuse resident who said she's affiliated with the Urban Jobs Task Force. Urban Jobs Task Force. You know, if you really want to create some work in urban jobs, just find the urban campers, give them a broom, pay them money every day just to go sweep stuff up. Hell, you can even give them a little bit of housing; they'll be happy. You know, instead of giving them a cardboard box, you make it out of plywood. You know, just saying. The only problem is, you know, you got to protect it, because then the guy that doesn't want to work will probably just move in. So aren't you on the same committee with us? That needs to be talked about. Well, you're absolutely right. We can discuss that in another time. That makes sense. Everson referenced the Sheraton Hotel being turned into dorms instead of housing by Syracuse University. She also mentioned land near Comstock being held vacant. How would you like to live in a place called Comstock?
Jesse.
The whole systematic thing we're talking about, systematic racism, you're a part of that. See, this all comes down to racism.
Yep.
Dan Sell with New York Civil Liberties Union said, regardless of disagreements over the 81 project aquariums and other revitalization projects, the group gathered must be ready to put up a fight. Put up a fight. Take your ass to Detroit. How's that? Go take your ass to Detroit and buy up all that property. There's tons of it there. Tons and tons and tons of fucking property. There's lots of houses.
Right.
There is no shortage of houses. Now, you might get shot in the process of it. You can probably get it really cheap. Comstock Park. Yeah, see? You do not get to take away public housing and ignore the housing crisis we're in as your new form of redlining. No, there is a total difference between redlining and moving people out of abandoned or dilapidated buildings.
Right.
And somebody coming in and developing or buying it does not mean jack squat. I mean, one of the places we represent has what, almost 800 lots.
Oh.
And only about 400 of those are buildable. And you can get them really cheap, but there's a lot of hoops that you have to jump through to get that stuff. And a lot of things that are required of you. And that doesn't include putting a house there. And you would be surprised with the availability of all of this inventory that nobody is coming forward to get it. All of these, I want to build, affordable housing. What is affordable housing? Think about this. People don't
Depends on who is affording to live there.
Exactly. That is the thing. That is the trick to it. What you consider affordable doesn't necessarily mean that somebody else considers it affordable. All right.
Yep.
Affordable housing. What does that mean? What does that mean to you? If you're making what, $15 an hour, because that's minimum wage now.
Mm-hmm.
What is affordable for you? I mean,
right.
your phone costs you what, $200 a month or some crap like that. If you've got some sort of Uber plan for you and your like 2 kids, or or your baby's daddy, or whatever it is that you're paying for. So you're paying this couple $100 a month on phones for the family. And then you probably have a computer and you have internet service. You're paying for that. Then you're paying for your TV, which is more entertainment. You got your TV all set up, and you're making payments on your Aaron's Rents furniture that you put in your house, and you're spending another $6,000, a year on that, or whatever price might be. And you just keep throwing money at all of these horrible, bad ideas that you made because they didn't teach you in school how to actually budget.
Yeah.
It's amazing. One of the first things that they should be teaching kids once they teach them how to add and subtract is teach them how to budget.
Yep.
2 plus 2 does not equal 5. It's not going to happen. Common Core is destroying your fucking children.
Right.
Great. Sure, it helps others learn a little bit better, but you can't subscribe to that particular
So let
dogma.
them.
Exactly. And it sort of becomes one of those where the cream of the crop rises. The good ones will rise, and the other ones is a series of evolution that really sucks, and it's harsh and it's cold. But you'd be surprised, how many people will sit there and bitch and moan about fairness for their children, yet they have a problem with, they don't have a problem with having a baby killing clinic in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
They'll be happy to move Planned Parenthood into that neighborhood or in that building in a heartbeat. If Planned Parenthood would have came in and said, "Hey, we're gonna take over this spot right here," they would have been all for it.
Oh,
Nice,
it's
huh?
wonderful.
It's wonderful. It's healthcare.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Planned Parenthood is all about deleting the children. They do provide other services, but that is their main money making piece right there, because they get government subsidies for that. Oh, they can do other things also, but that's their main subsidy is the deleting of the children's.
Yeah. Very main.
Yes. And it's also a big talking point for, political pundits and talking heads and all that other kind of crap. And it becomes just one of those where you're like, why? Planned Parenthood, you're all for that, but have an optometry school come in there that could help the community out, you're against that.
Yeah.
You might get pew-pewed anywhere. The prices of things are outrageous now, thanks to Khufu, who gave everyone which gave everyone the excuse needed to price gouge, and of course a political agenda to appear greener, all the while buying from others. Yeah, there's no green energy.
You might get pew-pewed anywhere else, but there are some places that are more likely than others.
Yes. There are definitely quite a bit more places other than and I was looking for something here real quick. Oh.
This freaking cat. What are you doing?
Oh, great. It's a good thing my wife doesn't have court today, because Deadly Crash just shut down a busy I-285 ramp in DeKalb.
Oh,
Jesus. My Lord. Jesus Christ. I saw, okay. So in Iraq, they banned 8 local banks from US dollar transaction. Isn't that wonderful? Enforcement agencies shouldn't consider borders as hindrance. Oh, geez. I was just pulling up like what top news we had today, and it is all about 2 sentences in the Constitution rose from obscurity to ensnare Donald Trump. Your Kiki is so pretty. It is a pretty cat. We're all looking.
That's Ruger.
We're all looking at Farrell's pussy.
Giggity. That's my Ruger.
That is such a pretty face. Such a pretty face. There we go. Okay, I'm going to piss you guys off for a little bit. It's very adult coloring, but looks smalls. Super cute kitty. Ruger unheard us.
Maddie.
Maddie's like, what?
Huh?
Up. I have what? I was starting to fall asleep, and that got my ears like right up there with it. It's just like, huh? Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, we're gonna share some of this stuff. So get ready. in about a few
Oh,
seconds.
are you
we'll
gonna
get-
make Eris mad and send her to Mo?
No, Mo doesn't start until 9 o'clock. I've got everybody routed to go to her afterwards anyway. In the summer of 2020, Gerald megalomaniac, like many during the pandemic, or should I say government lockdowns, found himself stuck inside
Sure.
with time on his hands. That and probably a mouthful of meat. Law professor at Indiana University. Oh, so he's a law professor. That's amazing. I'm sure he didn't lose any paychecks. He emailed with another professor. Oh, let's think about something. Who was writing a book about overlooked parts of the Constitution's 14th Amendment. He decided he would research the history of 2 long neglected sentences in the post-Civil War edition that prohibit those who engaged in insurrection or rebellion from holding office. Fluff, what are you doing? I don't know. What am I doing? Those who can't do, teach. Not always true. Not always true. Some of the best doers actually make really good teachers. Megalomaniac posted a copy of his research, which he believed was the first law journal article ever written about Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, online in mid-December of 2020. So it's almost like maybe he was planning for it. What do you think?
Maybe.
Maybe there was people who already had this stuff in line. 8 days later, President DTJ supporters, they stormed the U.S. Capitol to prevent the certification of his loss to JB. Really? Really? Because I don't think that's what they did. They went in there to protest it, to make their voices heard. And some of them were allowed in. Isn't it amazing how some of those people were allowed in and some were not? Watched as Republicans such as Mitch McConnell and Mitt Romney described the attack as an insurrection. Okay. I wonder what these efforts have to say about telling people to ignore the election results, Electoral College, and about why there should be blood in the streets, which is exactly what happened. Yes. Right. And we're talking about 2016. In case you don't know, 2016, if you haven't seen the images of that, of cars being flipped, that half Washington being burned up, what would you call that? That night, Magacola composed a quick post on a legal blog. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment might apply to President Trump. No, it doesn't at all. Just over 4 years later, the U.S. Supreme Court will have to determine whether it does. On Thursday, the nation's highest court is scheduled to hear arguments over whether Trump can remain on the ballot in Colorado, where the state Supreme Court ruled he violated Section 3. But U.S. Supreme Court does not matter on this. They feel justified in saying impeach that MFer and lie about collusion. Yes. Oh, it's just people's right to peacefully protest. Funny how that works. Yeah. Oh, that was peaceful protesting. Yes. I'll be back. Doggo's going nuts because of FedEx. Oh, I understand. We got you. J6 people were actually invited into the building. There is video. Quite a bit of video. Yeah. They make this sound like this was something, some big sort of violent outrage, things being destroyed. Yeah, we won't go into the details of that because they really don't want to know. Whenever you start, all you have to do is do a little bit of research and stop listening to the fucking news, and you'd understand what's going on, what happened on January 6th. Like, outside of, watching NBC, NSBC, MSNBC, Fox, all of the wonderful places, AP, like, go search out the information, go look at all of the information yourself, see a timeline and see how long people were actually there. Ooh, the most violent attack in American history. Oh, you mean like worse than Pearl Harbor, worse than the Civil War that lasted for how many years? Oh, geez. This is the first time in history that the nation's highest court has heard a case on Section 3, which used to keep former Confederates from holding offices after the amendment's 1868 adoption. It fell into disuse after Congress granted an amnesty to ex-rebels in 1872. So just a few years later, they granted amnesty. But agenda, of course. J6 was also a lemming type thing. People in the back were just following the crowd, thinking they were part of an honest, peaceful protest, not any sort of insurrection. But agenda, yeah, we do. So, of course, they say, before the violent January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol, even many constitutional lawyers really thought about Section 3. No, because you sorry sacks of shit were looking for some reason to make sure that he was not eligible to run again. Because that he's going to beat your asses. Legal scholars believe the only time it was cited in the 20th century was to deny a seat in Congress to a socialist on the grounds he opposed U.S. involvement in World War I. The clause revival is due to an unlikely combination of Democrats and Republicans, liberals and conservatives, all rediscovering 111 words in the nation's foundational legal document that have now become a threat to the former president's attempt to return to office. It's not a threat. See, you love to get me pissed off in the morning and send me off in the world ready to pick fights. Well, somebody has to. I mean, road rage is not a good thing. The first targets. Once she had dried her tears after watching rioters storm the Capitol. Dried her tears. Norma Anderson sat down with one of multiple copies of the Constitution she keeps around her house in the Denver suburbs and reread the 14th Amendment. I made the connection. Anderson, now 91, said in an interview. Jesus, woman. You need it. You need to just lay off the caffeine. Anderson is a former Republican leader of Colorado's General Assembly and State Senate and eventually would become the lead plaintiff in the case, now before the Supreme Court. The evening of January 6th, she read the provision that prohibited anyone who swore an oath to support the Constitution and later engage in insurrection against her aid and comfort of his enemies from holding office. But you were misreading the words because you need to read the whole thing for yourself. Read what it says and tell me where it says in there anything about president, vice president, anything about insurrection. Read it yourself. Once you understand it, then come back and bitch about it. Until then, go fuck off. Anderson didn't have the chance to spread the word beyond her own circle, but in the days after January 6th, thanks to scholars such as megalomaniac and the University of Maryland law professor whose book project had inspired him, Mark Grabber. Like, what was he grabbing? Section 3 started its own slow emergence from obscurity. Eris, you are right on all of this. The regime had this gamed out ahead of time and pulled all the strings. Absolutely. We were the two people doing little work on Section 3, Grabber said. We thought this was really interesting. It makes a great chit-chat at the American Legal Historian Society. Then Donald Trump did academics a favor. I doubt it. Through the provision was occasionally mentioned, conversation in Washington and the legal profession in general remained dominated by Trump's second impeachment, where he was acquitted again by the Senate after 43 Republicans voted not to convict him. It took months before the first mention of Article 3 in public document free speech for people. A Massachusetts-based liberal, there you go, that points it out right there, liberal nonprofit sent letters to top election officials in all 50 states. Sounds like a little bit of tampering there, don't you? Warning them not to place Trump on the ballot should he again run in 2024 because he violated the provision. So there you go. This was brought about by a liberal bunch of people. And I would say this right here is election interference. Does it not sound like election interference to you? I mean, I would say that this little Massachusetts liberal nonprofit is committing election interference. And I think that they should be held accountable and sued by all 50 states.
They're not the only ones.
Sounds good to me. Like every single one of them that starts doing this, election interference, and done. The group didn't hear back from any of them. Go figure. Because it's called election interference, you assholes. People were just treating it as like something that was not serious. It is not serious. In January 2022, free speech for the people. Oh, here's another one. Free speech for the people. They filed a complaint in North Carolina. to disqualify another representative under Section 3 for his involvement in the rally that preceded the Capitol attack. What does that have to do with anything? Just because he was at a rally? So you're not allowed to peacefully protest. Amazing how that works. Now, why do you think they call it an insurrection? Because it wasn't peaceful. Did people do stupid shit that day? Absolutely. And they should be held accountable for the laws that they broke. How many of those have been tried for insurrection?
If I use my Common Core math, 0.
Yeah. Absolutely not a single one was convicted. Not a single one was tried. Not a single one anywhere at any time has been tried for that. At the same time, another liberal watchdog group, there's another one. And they just keep coming out of the woodwork. After January 6th, Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics, also known as CUCS, in Washington was focused on Trump's impeachment and another possible legal penalties against those who participated in the Capitol attack before exploring remedies, says Chief Counsel. There's another one of you guys. They're called CUCS, or Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics. By January 22, the group decided to test it in court. Oh, amazing. So now they're really stepping it up. All right. Taking a few before Mo starts up. My ass is sore from sitting all this time. How y'all sit and stream for hours? Damn. A very comfortable chair. It wasn't just Trump we're focused on. One thing we've been very careful about is we don't think it's appropriate to pursue outside of long shot cases, but that's all you've been doing. Looking for a lower level defendant. Sherman's organization zeroed on Couey Griffin, the subject of the earth. So basically they just keep, what they're doing is they're trying it out on everybody except for Trump, just seeing if they can get some sort of traction. He still served as commissioner in rural New Mexico County, which kept Cruz attention on him, or Cuck's attention on. A New Mexico judge ordered Griffin removed from his position. Oh, God. Look at that. Crew prepared to turn on other Section 3 targets, but quickly became clear that the Trumper Thumper would be next. Is this for real? So both free speech and Cuck had similar discussions about how to challenge a presidential candidate. They knew complaints would have to come from the state level because federal courts have ruled that citizens can't challenge presidential criteria at that venue. See you around, Airs. We'll see you soon. Yeah, take a few before Mo starts up. And I will be sending everybody over to Mo. So hang out as long as you like. And I just know that you're not going to miss a whole lot before I send you over there. You'll be good. You'll be good. The two groups began scouring state ballot laws, looking for a place that allowed the rapid contesting of a candidacy. Crew settled on Colorado, or Cuck settled on Colorado, a bunch of Cucks in Colorado. Had a clear process for a quick challenge in trial court that would be fast-tracked on appeal to the state Supreme Court. So they settled on one state. Let's focus all of our money and all of our energy on one state. After a brief trip to Denver, checking on potential local lawyers to lead the challenge, Sherman and other Cuck attorney Nickel Suss, God, Cuck and Suss, good Lord, dude. You have a horrible fucking name. Contracted Martha Tyranny. Oh my fucking God, the names of these goddamn people.
Did AI write this one?
I swear to God. It's like, dude's name is Suss. He contacted someone named Tyranny. And of course, this is supposed to be a veteran election lawyer who also served as general counsel for the state Democrat Party. And it's not Democratic, it's Democrat, you idiots. That's a long shot, Tyranny recalled, thinking. She signed up anyway, because why the fuck not? Tyranny wasn't acting as the Democrat Party's lawyer, but Cuck wanted to balance its team with someone from the right. Okay, so you got a rhino. Sherman reached out to Mario Nicolaitis, a former Republican election attorney who had left the party over Trump. Okay, so like I said, a rhino.
Exactly.
Nicholas's first interaction with Sherman was a direct message about the case on X, the social media formerly known as Twitter. Nicholas thought it would be from a crank. It would be from a crank. Is this for real or somebody just angry at the president? We all know what the answer to that question is.
Right?
Hey, Mimsy, good to see you. Then he saw Sherman was with Cuck, an organization he considered serious. In Nicholas's office hangs a copy of the first appearance on the front page of the Denver Post when he beat Cuck's local chapter in a case before the Colorado Supreme Court. Nicholas was in charge of recruiting plaintiffs. The attorney wanted Republicans and independents not only because they were eligible to vote in Colorado's Republican primary, but also to keep the case from being seen as partisan. So it's all about appearance. It is completely partisan, but it's all about appearance. Anderson, the former state lawmaker, signed on right away. Well, fuck this. I'm totally up for that. Let's see how much we can fuck Trump. 1 year from disqualification of the New Mexico County Commissioner, Anderson was lead name on the 6 plaintiffs on the 105-page complaint filed in district court in Denver. The historic ruling, and we know how that turned out, was more serious. And on November 17th, she ruled Trump had engaged in the insurrection, but found that contrary to Megalomaniac's testimony, it wasn't certain that the authors of the 14th Amendment meant it to apply to the president. The Section 3 refers to elector of president and vice president, but not specifically to the office itself. And this is where they came up with the appeal. All good. You remember the donkeys are yelling at me because I'm late feeding, but I'm finishing my coffee so they can just be mad for a minute. Wonderful story. If you've never heard a donkey just give that really loud bay.
Oh,
right.
I have.
So wife and I were in France, and we're staying at, it's just a really nice place. It sort of looked like, it's like a castle or something that's been turned into like and whenever I say castle, it's not big. I mean, it maybe the rooms are small and all kinds of stuff. It's just, stairs, cases are weird, but it's not like one of these brick, huge, gigantic castles. It's a pretty small building. And they had these big grounds that they like grow their own food. They have donkeys. They have all of these gardens that you can walk through that, might be, apple orchards and stuff like that. So in sitting in one of these gardens is this giant tube. And my wife was looking at it like, what the hell is that? That's some weird art. And what it is if you've ever seen like an old ship, or most ships have these like smokestacks, but they're bent at a curve. They sort of have this angle to them. And the reason they do that is so like airflow can go in there, and it helps like draw the air out so the engine room stays cool. And they just had one of these things sitting on the ground, and my wife was looking at, what the hell is it? And so I reach in there and I went, hello, and stood back, and she was like, well, lift me up so I can see it. So I lift her up, and as soon as I lift her up and she sticks her head in there, that ass let out a bay. He just, and my wife just about crapped herself. Like she had not heard an ass make that kind of noise. A lot of us have a little curve. That's right. That's right, Judge Maddie. A lot of us have a little curve.
We were getting ready to go somewhere one time, and we were leaving like super early in the morning, and I went outside to go grab something out of the vehicle and come around the camper, and Grandpa's donkey, I was like nose to nose with Grandpa's donkey. Scared the living shit out of me. I screamed, he screamed. It was horrible. Oh, they're so loud. Like, I love that thing, but when he would get going, and then it's so annoying.
Oh yeah, and I will tell you I was looking for it because I have this particular sound that I heard one morning, and it freaked me out because I did not know what it was. I thought it was a woman screaming like for help. I'm looking for it, see if I can find it, because it was the creepiest thing that I'd ever heard. And I was like, holy crap, what is that noise? And I think I've got it here somewhere. Nope, that's not it.
Stupid cat.
Whenever you hear it, you'll go, "Oh, okay. I've never heard that sound either." I think I might have removed it because it was so disturbing that I had to get rid of it. It was not the. I still think that's so damn awesome. No, I don't have it. But all you have to do is look up a fox warning. Whenever a fox does a warning,
Yep.
and it's like this, wow, and it is so damn loud. It like freaked me out because I'm like taking out trash early in the morning. I'm getting ready to go to work, and I hear this holler, and I'm like immediately like going for my firearm, like
Right.
who's being attacked. It's too early for this kind of thing, and I'm like walking down the street, and I'm just sort of looking around in my neighborhood, and I hear it like one more time, and I was like, okay, I have no idea where in the hell it went. And so whenever I got back to the house, I was just like, okay, that might have been a wild animal, but I've never known a deer to make that noise, and I've never heard a fox use that kind of warning cry. And so
Yeah.
so
For
I
the
finally was able
first
to pick out the sound.
for the first couple of years that we lived here, I would always hear, like, we have a neighbor that lives maybe like a mile down. They have really like a mile long driveway. And I would hear this noise all the time. And it sounded like almost like cats fighting, kind of weird sound. And I'm like, oh, it was so annoying. It would happen like all the time. You'd hear it down there again. And you couldn't really tell where it was echoing off of and stuff. But then a couple of years ago, we don't have anywhere for the kids to ride bikes here. It's just our yard has a lot of hills and stuff, and there's just nowhere good. So I told them just go use their driveway. I'm sure they're not going to care. We're out in the middle of nowhere. They have a big long driveway. Don't go to their house. We're good.
Yeah.
So they're doing that, and the man comes home, and my one boy stopped him just to ask him if it was okay if they rode bikes on their thing. He's like, "Oh yeah," and then next thing I know, here comes my kids. "Hey mom, can we go down and see their peacocks?" That's what it was. That was making that screaming cat noise all the time was their day. Next thing I know, I've got peacock eggs in the flipping incubator because he's like, "You guys want some peacock eggs?" So here come my kids with peacock eggs. We ended up hatching one.
Mm-hmm.
So
pretty awesome.
they're
so cute.
hard to hatch. So yeah, they are. And they sound like fighting cats.
I love that.
I love that invitation.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some in Venice. They had them next door. They had a couple of peacocks. It was pretty damn cool. But there is something to also keep in mind. All right, for going on down the road, and we'll be sending everybody over to Moe's. But tomorrow is the Nevada presidential primary for Democrats.
Good
keep
to
that
know.
in mind. You know who's going to win that, of course. And then on the 8th, you have the Nevada Republicans. So on Thursday, that's going to be.
Oh, they're on separate days, eh?
Mm-hmm. And then you also have the Virgin Islands, which is going to be going on also for Republican presidential caucus. So one in Nevada is the presidential caucus on the 8th, and then they've got the presidential primary, which is on the 6th, and that's for Democrat. And then, of course, then you've got nothing until like Super Tuesday, which is going to be for March. Like the 2nd through the 6th is going to be Michigan. 2nd is Michigan, Idaho, Missouri. Here, I'll just add it to the page so you can see Michigan, Idaho, Missouri. 3rd is District of Columbia. 4th is North Dakota. Super Tuesday, which is the 4th, You're going to have Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Iowa, Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, and American Samoa. I said that all in one breath, too. Amazing. You never heard peacocks? You ever hear cocks pee? Yeah, I said it.
Damn it, Steve.